Hello and welcome to the Colorado Real Estate Harder Questions Practice Exam and Review. Easy studying, no chit-chat, so you can focus. Video 10. Question 1. What does the concept of time is of the essence in a contract mean? It means that the time frames in the contract are strictly enforced. Question 2. If the seller defaults, the buyer is entitled to treat the contract as canceled and get earnest money back and sue for damages. Treat the contract as being enforced and sue for specific performance. Note: if specific performance is not marked, this section is automatically liquidated damages. Question 3. Unless the parties agreed otherwise, possession of the property is delivered on the date of blank. On the date of closing. Note: should damage occur to the property, the buyer may terminate the contract. Question 4. Any special assessments for improvements that have been installed as of the date of the contract are they are the seller's obligation. Question 5. Colorado law requires the street address to appear on the deed for residential conveyances. If the address is omitted, does this render the deed invalid? Explain. The answer is no. The deed is still valid if there is a scrivener's error in the legal, but errors create major problems and cause hours of cleanup time. Question 6. The closing agent and broker should not dispense legal advice or opine on the validity of any document. True or false? This is true. They should not. The role is to review the accuracy of the document, not the content. Question 7. Each of the parties, buyer and seller, may execute separate identical contracts, and the two taken together still constitute as a blank. The two taken together still constitute as a fully executed contract. Question 8. Unless otherwise stipulated in the contract, the earnest money is... The earnest money is released only upon the written instruction of the buyer and seller. Question 9. If a dispute arises as to whether the funds should be released, the holder has 3 options. What are they? One, await the outcome of legal proceeds. 2, interplead or transfer the funds to the court. 3, advise the buyer and seller that if the holder has not received a copy of the civil lawsuit complaint and case number within 120 days of the notice, the funds will be returned to the buyer. Question 10. What does mortgage mean? It means collateral pledged to satisfy a debt. To mortgage a property, you pledge property as collateral. Question 11. The 2 types of mortgage instruments are: one, a mortgage of trust. 2, a deed. Note: each has specific rights and responsibilities and should not be confused with each other. Question 12. Who are the players in a mortgage? The players in a mortgage are mortgagor, which is the borrower, who gives a mortgage to the mortgagee, which is the lender. The mortgagor gives to the mortgagee a mortgage. Question 13. Who are the parties in a deed of trust? The parties in a deed of trust are trustor, which is the borrower, gives the beneficiary, which is the bank, and the trustee, which is an official of the bank or savings and loan, a deed of trust. In receiving the deed of trust, the trustee receives a naked title to the property, which is a non-possessory interest in the property. Truster gives to the beneficiary and the trustee a deed of trust. Question 14. List the priority of liens. One, cost of the sale. 2, property taxes, ad valorem taxes, special assessment taxes. Then, first mortgage or deed of trust. Then, all other mortgages and other types of liens recorded by the date of records, including mechanics liens. Note, a mortgage in the second position is called a junior lien. Question 15. Where should corporations file certificates of incorporation? They should file it with the city or county clerk where the corporation owns real property. Question 16. A lender is required to record a satisfaction of a debt within 90 days or blank. Or the lender will be liable for economic loss to the debtor for the lender's failure to comply. Question 17. What is equity? Equity is the difference between the amount owed on the property and the value of the property when the seller sells the property. After all the costs have been subtracted, the remaining dollar is the equity. Question 18. Define interest. Interest is the fee or amount the borrower pays to use someone else's money. Question 19. The higher the interest payments, the higher the mortgage payments. True or false? The answer is true. Question 20. What is the function of an escrow or impound account? An escrow impound account assures the lender that taxes and insurance will be paid while the borrower has a loan. Note, the federal government has rules regarding the amount allowed. Question 21. What is PMI? PMI equals private mortgage insurance. PMI usually insures the top 30% of a loan, protecting the lender in case the borrower defaults on the loan. Question 22. What is a due-on clause, aka alienation clause? One, it means transfer. Two, it requires a loan balance to be paid in full when the title to the property is transferred. Three, it is not an assumable loan. Question 23. What is an acceleration clause? An acceleration clause allows a lender to declare the entire balance due upon default, or other failures to perform, such as failing to pay property taxes, insurance, or maintaining the property. Question 24. What is a defeasible clause? A defeasible clause is when a mortgage is declared null, void, or defeated when the property note is paid in full. Question 25. A blank states the amount that is currently due and it stops the new lender from changing any more than the amount. In essence, it is a payoff letter from one lender to another. The answer is estoppel. An estoppel states that the amount that is currently due and it stops the new lender from changing any more than the amount. In essence, it is a payoff letter from the lender to another. Bonus question 1. Why does a lender charge discount points? A lender charges discount points to make more dollars on a loan. 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount. These extra points are not included in the loan and may be charged to obtain a lower than the market rate for the borrower or a better yield or profit on the loan for the lender. Bonus question 2. Why is it important for the real estate professional to understand discount points? It is because discount points can affect the actual interest paid and note rate so that the borrower can determine cash required for loan closing and the true cost of dollars. Bonus 3. What is PT? PT is principal, interest, taxes, insurance. This is also called budget mortgage payment. The borrower pays a certain amount of payment each month, constituting each of these elements. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Good luck from the bottom of my heart.